We always grew up hearing the term midlife crisis, but what if it really isn't a crisis at all? What if it is simply the moment you begin to kind of start waking up, having an awareness, and realizing the life you built doesn't quite fit anymore? So, what if it isn't a midlife crisis, but it is a rebrand? A few weeks back, it was one of those rare Saturday mornings where I realized we had nothing going on. No sports activities, no cheer, no baseball, no volleyball. It was just simply an open Saturday morning. And so I poured a cup of coffee, sat down, and I was like, oh, a little time to myself. But then the strange feeling came with it because I realized I didn't even know what I wanted to do. Yes, there were plenty of things that I should do. I could definitely go clean up the backyard. I could go out, pull weeds. I could clean up the kitchen a little more. I could catch up on some work. But when it came to doing what I actually wanted to do, I was drawing a blank. And not because I didn't have options, but I realized I was so used to just running around taking care of everyone else's needs, like running people to activities and sports practices, um, taking care of the house, cooking all the meals, that I kind of had lost touch with what I wanted to do when I had time for myself. And that's when it hit me. This is kind of what midlife burnout can look like. It's not like a big chaotic breakdown. There's no just traumatic experience, but it can just simply be a quiet disconnection from yourself. And so that morning was a wake-up call to me that I didn't need to burn everything down. I didn't need to reinvent myself. I didn't need to fix or change anything. I just needed to pause and listen to myself. And that is what a midlife rebrand really is. It's not about becoming someone new, it's about rediscovering who you are now. So when I talk about a midlife rebrand, I think of it like a company when it's outgrown its old identity from when it first started, but it's still same at its core. And it may evolve, the company may realign to show up more honestly and authentically. And that's exactly what we need to do in this season of our life as well. Think of it as a rebrand. And there are three simple phases. I'm going to walk you through all three in this video, and then I have an exercise at the end. But the three phases are audit, align, and activate. So let's go in. We'll dive right into this. Audit is the first step. This is your awareness, and it's an honest look at your life. What's working for you? What's draining for you? What's quietly calling for change? Because you can't realign if you don't first see what is honestly going on. Then once you have awareness of what's working, what's not working, then comes the second phase, which is align. And this is where you reconnect with what truly matters to you, your values, your faith, your purpose. It's not about going back to who you were. Like we all had those carefree young moments in our 20s when, it felt great, but we're not looking to go back to our 20s. We have so much wisdom that has carried us through. So it's not about going back to who you were as an earlier version, but it's about bringing your truth of who you are into who you're becoming in this next stage. It's aligning with your unique soul and allowing your soul to express itself as way. Each soul has a unique way it wants to create and express through life, but many times we don't connect with it. We even stifle the connection to our soul. And that is what can lead us to feeling burned out, exhausted, overwhelmed, all of that because we are missing that flow, that connection to who we really are and allowing it to express through us, to create through us, to make our life through us. And We'll go much further in later videos on this, but this is just, we're just introducing the idea here. So let's move on to the third phase, which is activate. And this is where clarity turns into movement. So it's not like some big grand gesture or big change you're making, but rather it's small, steady shifts that you incorporate into your everyday life. So, how can you connect to your soul, to your purpose, to your values every single day throughout your day? Activation, though, isn't about adding more to your plate. So it's not a doing, it's not doing more, but rather it's choosing what truly belongs here. So it's saying no to all the things that we don't want to do and start doing more of what we do want to do. And this is how your rebrand begins to take form because it is the way you move and it is the way you go throughout your day. The boundaries you honor, the routines you keep, and the energy you protect. So, what could this look like? It could look like saying no to a social invitation without feeling guilty. It could be creating just a little bit of space in the morning that is just for you before everyone in the house wakes up. Or maybe it's picking up something that brings you joy again, playing a musical instrument that you used to play, or trying something new. For those of you that know me, I like to doodle. That is one simple thing that kind of reconnects me, and I can do it different times throughout the day. And it doesn't, I can spend 1 minute on it or I can spend 10 minutes. But what it is activating that connection to your soul and letting your soul express and create through you. So, once again, the three steps of a rebrand were audit, align, and activate. The exercise I have for you today is a simple one, and we're going to start where every rebrand starts, and that is with audit. So go ahead, grab a piece of paper, and you're going to draw a line right down the middle of the page. So from the top to the bottom, draw your line. On the left side, you're going to write drains my energy at the top. And on the right side, you're going to write refills my energy. Now, take a moment. You can even pause if you need to, but think about your week. Think about your routines, the conversations you have, all the tasks and roles that you do and play, and think about your thoughts too. And think about what leaves you feeling empty, tense, heavy. You're going to write those things under drains my energy. So anything that kind of makes you cringe, feel constrictive, that you're going to write under drains my energy. Now, if we shift to the other side, we're going to focus on what refills you. Now, these can be small, ordinary things, but things that make you feel peace, calm, alive, joy. Could be like a walk outside, laughing with your kids, quiet mornings, creating something just for fun. Now, keep in mind, this is a personal audit. There's no judgment. You don't have to share this with anyone. You don't have to post it. So, no judgment, just simply awareness. And the more honest you can be with yourself, the more honest and authentic you can be in the whole process. So really take a moment. And I know we're moving through this video quickly, but you can come back to this and really think about what are the things that just drains me and what are the things that fills me back up. Now, when you look at your page, you may start to see patterns. And this is where the align phase begins to take shape because you'll notice the energy leaks that you have and then what brings you back to life. So, what I want you to do is simply to pick one thing from your refill list. So, something that refills your energy. And it can just be one simple thing, but I want you to go ahead and schedule a time to do it. And then make sure you do it. Protect it because this is your activation phase. You are turning that awareness, the whole paper, into action simply by one choice at a time. So once again, you're going to choose one thing from the refill side of your paper and you're going to go do it. And this process of rebranding, it's ongoing. It's not like you go through the three phases and you're like, oh, I'm done. I'm completely new again. No, it does take time. You do repeat different phases at different times, depending on what is going on in your life. And wherever you are, whether you're auditing yourself, aligning, or activating, just keep in mind you don't have to figure it all out. You simply just need to pause, connect to yourself, and listen. So, once again, keep in mind it's not necessarily doing more, but it's taking that time to pause, listen, have that awareness, and then go take your small actions. Okay, this is our sacred pause for this week. And if you want to go deeper with this process, I'm putting the final touches on our midlife audit workbook. And in this workbook, it expands on kind of this exercise we're doing with the audit. And it will only bring you more awareness and insight into who you really are and what you really want at this stage in your life. Okay, until next time, take a pause, come back to yourself, and I will see you in the next video.